Let me introduce you our dear guest, Mr. Gustavo Palerosi Carneiro. Please welcome, head of BASF agricultural business in Europe, and be careful, his keynote for the love of farming. Nice to meet you again.
Thank you.
Please,
Thank you very
the
much.
stage is yours.
Thank you. Thanks. Hi, everyone. I will do my presentation in English, and I would like first to welcome all of you, dear guests, to BASF stand today. What brings us together today is certainly the love of farming. We are all different. We come from different families, different parts of the world, or different parts of the country. But for those who are in the farm every day, that go season after season, planning what we want to do next, thinking about the commodity price, thinking about how climate would impact our production. We're really passionate about what we do, and we know what it takes to be successful in farming. That's the driver motivation for BASF. We are 110 years present in agriculture, innovating, being the first company who synthesized the fertilizer for the first time through the developments of crop protection, now present in seeds development, digital solutions development, and really thinking about what society needs for the next 10, 20, 30 years, how to deal with climate change, how to deal with all uncertainties towards farmers, also societal demands, sustainability aspect is the passion of BASF. The products that you see today are a result of what our previous generation did many decades ago. And our mission as a leadership team of BASF, it's not only to keep a good business today, but also together with you to think how agriculture would look like in the future. I think a video can speak much better than me. I would like you to watch for a 3 minutes video that we try to express why we love farming, the biggest job on earth. So if you could please ask the technical team to play the video.
Love is starting at the crack of dawn, stifling a yawn, getting on with it. Love is us being there to support farmers day after day, season after season. Love is being a farmer full-time, an innovator, accountant, mechanic, technologist, ecologist, the rest of the time. Love is seeding, weeding, feeding, highs, lows, bumps in the road, bumper harvests. Love is about supporters and critics, common ground, about the rain, the sun, the sleet and the heat, putting food on everyone's tables. Love is business, passion, profit, the planet. Love is making the connections, giving farmers and growers the solutions and services to help them do what they do best. Caring for their families, their communities, our communities, looking after the land, giving nature a hand, leaving a lasting legacy. Love for us is we do everything in our power to build a sustainable future for agriculture by connecting innovation, customers, and society for the love of farming, the biggest job on earth.
So thank you. I think you have seen yourself in many of those images and words that you see this video, because it's really express all the care that we all need to take of the land, of the crops, the careful decision of how to plan the next season, the next production, and also thinking about how to leave that land fertile and productive, not only for this year but also for the next year, and also how to produce a crop that we know that it meets the demand of supermarkets, of society, and so on. You also probably saw in this video that the solution is not only on a herbicide that works or a fungicide that also is working. The solution more and more in agriculture, it's about combining different technologies that all together will support a productive agriculture development. The lands that we have available for producing our products will not get bigger. I think even on the contrary, the lands might even get reduced by the need of biodiversity fields, by bigger cities or other needs from society. But the need of crops to come out of the ground will get higher. Population in the world, it's not only increasing, mainly in the east part of the world, China and India, but what consumer wants from the ground is getting higher. For example, residues coming from crops, or the question, how much carbon equivalent has been produced with this crop? And more, this is a concern of society, which is transforming not only agriculture, but all the industries. When you buy a car, you want to know what are emissions of this car. When you buy a chemical product, you want to know what is the emissions. And this is also a growing concern from society, where agriculture today is the second biggest contributor of CO2, with a higher possibility of, in the future also, with different production methods, to reduce the carbon footprint. And these are all aspects that drives innovation, drives research, not to say also the topic of resistance development, that some products that work today because of how nature develop will not work tomorrow. But that makes us to love, we do what we do, which is to support agriculture, the biggest job on earth. So thank you for the opportunity to say a few words. I think now we will have a few questions, right, on to complement this presentation. So thank you.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Gustavo, for your small presentation. And as you mentioned, it's very important that you name that farming as the biggest job on earth. On the other side, we see that regular people are becoming more distance from where the food comes from and how farming really works. So do you see this gap, and what are your thoughts on how we could bring the pole closer together?
Yeah, that's a very good question for reflection. Today in the city, or even my kids, we don't know if a potato or carrot is coming from a tree or below the earth.
Or in supermarkets.
Or it's growing in the supermarket. And we all say we want more sustainability, we want less chemicals in the field, but who knows how to produce that crop if not using the methods that we are using. So we all, and I think here is farm association, industry association, we need to play a role to explain to society what does it take, all the risks and all the efforts to bring the food to the table from everyone, because we all love to go to the supermarket and to see the shelves full of products, but the work behind to bring this is very high. So when we talk about farming, the biggest job on earth, we are trying to play a role as an organization to tell society more about farming, but there is a long way to go. And I think here we are more and more interested to, I mentioned about join forces with supermarkets, with farmers association, and invest more in terms of communication on how farming is producing. And things like, we also hear in many parts of the world, farmer markets where society and people like, instead of going to the supermarket, going directly to the farmer to buy. This is, for example, I think a very interesting way also to demonstrate and to bring farmers and society closer together.
And the second part of your vision is doing everything in my power for the love of farming. So what is BASF doing in that direction?
Yeah. Why do you say doing everything in our power? Because one company, one individual, one company cannot solve all the problems in the world. So we need to partnership, and we need to define where to concentrate our focus. Because to develop one fungicide, it takes us 15 years, it takes us millions of euros and years of research to find one product. So no company will have all the effort. So everything in our power means we have a certain scope. And whatever is the scope of BASF, we will do everything we can to be successful. So where you can count on BASF doing everything in our power, we don't give up about believing in the importance of chemistry to agriculture. We know society has a lot of concerns about chemistry, but we are capable to produce chemistries that meet the highest level, the highest demands that society and regulators have in chemistry. So you can continue counting on BASF in investing in the chemical development in Europe. Second of all, we are going to invest in the seeds development for Europe as well. And I give an example. We are one of the companies with the highest investment and commitment to develop new varieties of hybrid wheat. This is also something that we say that's an area we want to invest. A third area I can mention is also an area of digital solutions for farming. So systems that help farmers what to apply, when to apply, how to apply, in different models, system that gives recommendation or given full ownership on the outcome of the farming. This is also an area of investments. We define in Europe, for example, a couple of countries to focus, Germany and France, but it is our intention at some point in time to come strongly to offer also digital solutions in Lithuania or in the Baltic countries as well. This is a few examples. I mean, maybe another example in doing everything in our power. We want to develop models where farmers can be compensated not only by the crops you sell, but also by the carbon reduction that you have generated in our farming. So we are investing in systems that will help you to document the carbon reduction or carbon sequestration. And with that, we will help farmers to, let's call, sell these carbon credits in the market one day. And with that, generate potentially a second source of income for farmers. This is something not available for sale today, but this is part of our solution-oriented development of things that we want to bring to agriculture.
So, and on the table we have the European Green Deal, right? Such important topics as future competitiveness, food security, right? Profitability are the center of it. Also, we have on the other hand protest across Europe. So, how can we bring this two together? The wish to become greener and safeguard the sector's competitiveness.
Yeah, I think we all want to drive sustainability. I doubt that someone here says, I don't want to be more sustainable. I don't want to leave a better planet today to my child and my grandchild. We all want the same. The question is how you do it, yeah, and which intensity. You do with prohibitions, no matter what is the consequence, or you do gradually, also accepting new technologies. And I think the Green Deal, in the form it comes in a form that the risks for Europe on not being self-sufficient in food production and to harm farmer profitability was very high, to a point in time that farmers saying enough is enough. I think the laws are getting more complex, the tools are getting less. I'm not happy with that. So I think the farmer protests that we saw all across Europe, driven by many reasons, also by low commodity price, by lack of certain investments impacting on subsidies, have contributed to regulators to think a little bit more about how to transition that. Now, is the Green Deal farm to fork over? No, it's not. And we all, even the industry, we want to have a transition, but we need to do it in an orderly way, and we need to do it by promoting innovation and not restricting innovation. That has been BASF claim with discussions with regulators.
But personally, what is your dream for better tomorrow?
Wow.
What is your dream?
Yeah, no, my dream is that innovations would take less time, that we would be more open for innovations. Yeah, that would be. You said one dream. I can say
innovations. Good point. Good
innovations.
Point.
A higher acceptance for innovations in Europe.
Thank you, dear Gustavo.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here with us. Thank you for sharing the stage with us.
Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you.